Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm just going to refresh the YouTube section so I can make sure it's still working. You can see there's a few people here. Anthony Fishy Friends was here, but he's gone. So is Thirsty Rabbit. Blake, how are you? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining. That noise in the background was confirmation that it's now working. Bendigo Balaclava, how are you? Blake Howden. Oh, Anthony, you are back. Awesome. Glad you could join us. So today, Glass Fish Tanks, how are you? Cooper's Aquatics. People keep moving in. Always trying to say hello to you guys while we're chatting, so don't think we're ignoring you. And at any stage, if you have any questions for our guests, just chuck them in there and I'll try and share them as best as I can. But today, we have the honor of having Nick from Keeping Fish Simple. So, without further ado, Nick, how are you?
Okay. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Good to be here. I guess I've never really done any of this stuff. I think you're my first ever collab, so it's not.
It's an honor then. It's good. I think one of the things that I found about this hobby was early days I would start making videos about fish and then realize that there was like a whole community out there. And this stuff's happening all the time. There's lots of cool people to chat to. So I know we're jumping straight into it, aren't we? I know you've been really successful with a lot of videos that you've been doing. And one thing that intrigues me a lot about your channel is, I don't know, it's a whole different path to the one that I suppose I've followed as not necessarily inspiration, but jumping on, trying something else. I've gone one way and you've gone a completely different way, and it's worked out really well for you. So what made you, we'll go from there. What made you create a YouTube channel and how did you go about it?
Okay, yeah. So pretty interesting story because I first kept fish when I was 13. So I'm 19 now. And so I started keeping fish when I was 13 because the creek across the road from me, I've said this story a few times, but the creek across the road from me had some mosquito fish in it. And I just moved into this house and I had like a little plastic aquarium. And so I went over there with like a net and I caught out a bunch. And then because they're mosquito fish, a bunch of them were pregnant. So they started to breed and all that kind of stuff. And I got really, really involved. And then I did a bunch of research. I remember like watching a heap of videos on different kinds of fish. And I was so keen on getting guppies. So that's how I started keeping fish. And then, from there on, like that's how I started. And so the YouTube channel actually came around when I was 15. I used to just like kind of watch videos. So from like age 13 to 15, 16, I used to just sit at home and watch videos after school, like everything. I used to watch like back in the day, lots of like Waru Joey and like Dustin's Fish Tanks. And those are the names I can remember. There was a guy called The Rick. I used to watch a lot of his videos. And so I made this random video.
You just said Waru Joey. So that's like early days.
Yeah.
King of DIY.
Yeah, that's ages ago. Like, so King of DIY. And so I decided to make this. If you go to the very first video over on my channel, it was like a 10 easiest fish to breed video. And it was literally like, I made it on iMovie. There was a bunch of photos of fish and some footage. And so that's how it started, I guess. Like I made that video and then I didn't make another video for 2 years. I actually didn't even know that I had the video up until back then the whole like AdSense thing was different. So you didn't need a certain amount of subscribers and all that kind of stuff. So I was already pre-approved. And I actually got a letter in the mail and it was like an AdSense check. And like the video had done really well. And I think after that, because it wasn't under $100, like the way it all worked, you weren't able to actually redeem it. And then I made like another video. And then I actually really enjoyed making the videos, like, because I was trying to get up to the like $100 mark because I was like 17. I had like no job. I was just like so fixated on trying to get like another video to pop. And but then I actually really like fell in love with all the videos and all that kind of stuff. So then it really like escalated. And then pretty much all of year 12, which was last year, I made a video every week. Or no, the year before last year. So that's how it like really started. So yeah, that's how the channel came about.
So you've been going at it for 4 years on YouTube. Is that right?
I'd say going at it for about 2, but I've had the YouTube channel, like if you look back on the data, I've had it since like 2013. But yeah, 4 years ago, I think I posted the first video on the channel. Like that's Keeping Fish Simple related. So yeah.
I saw you do. There's a lot of things I've noticed you do. A lot about guppies and those sorts of videos of how to tell if when your guppy's going to give birth and major reasons why guppies die and all that sort of stuff. So I can see that those videos have done really, really well for you, and you present them really well. So it's another thing is
thank you.
You hit the nail on the head with the title and the thumbnail, but yeah, it's easy to watch you in your videos. You remind me of Coralfish 12G a little bit,
okay.
And he's one of my favorites. And I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that you watch a lot of his stuff as well.
I'll be completely honest. I've had heaps of people say that. I think we're both Greek. I've actually maybe watched 3 or 4 videos of him. I remember like when I first started, he was like really, really young and he was making videos. I actually have never like watched him like I used to watch other guys, but I do like his channel. I like what he's doing. Like I saw some video where he like got an octopus and he brought it on like a plane or something.
Yeah.
But that's about it. So yeah, like it's been, that's crazy though. I think we do look a little bit similar, but yeah.
I think you look a little bit alike, which is a compliment. But it's
I'm not worried.
It's your rapid fire fast, like your videos
Yeah.
doesn't go dead air, and it's sort of the same with him. And I think the editing style, obviously, fish. So going back to the very beginning, so you moved up there and you found some mosquito fish. So were they native mosquito fish, or were they like?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure they weren't. Yeah, they were like the bad kind, like the stuff that we don't want. Yeah, they were like probably invasive, but when you're like 13, it doesn't matter. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was down here with my son, and we made a video about it and had a bit of fun with it.
Yeah,
and then realised, all right, well, I mean, it's not a big deal when it's just on a small level like that, but having fun. But it's amazing that it inspired you to. How many tanks have you got now?
I think I've hardly got as many as other people do. I think I've got 8. If I remember, yeah, I've got 8 tanks. So like not many, which is the only reason I don't have many is because I still like live at home. So I'm only allowed as many as my mum will let me. And it was a hard bargain to let my mum get me that many. So like that's, yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of advice. When you grow up and you marry someone,
yeah,
the same rules apply. So I've got 9 tanks and they're all pretty small. I've got two larger ones, but I know a lot of the fish that you keep. But just for everybody in the chat, and just quickly, I always like to take a break for a second and acknowledge everyone that's turned up. So I can see
sure.
Teresa Cookie, Clint Aqua Tanks, how are you? Punchy Paints, thank you for sharing out Nick's channel there for us as well, Punchy. D Fish NZ, Dr. Black 66, long time no see. Literally, normally talk to you all the time, but you disappeared lately. Nathan Fishboy, Kaz to Spaz. I have to say, Kaz, I voted for your fish tank in.
Yeah. But no, that was an awesome tank.
Didn't give it to you, did you?
No, I gave it to Kaz. That was.
I thought you gave one before that.
Oh, you won it. No, you won last week's. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to bring that up, but no, I thought you gave it to number 4 and Kaz was number 5. I voted for number 5 this week.
Yeah. I think I did give it to Kaz in the end. It was the tank with the crypts, I think.
Yeah.
The window. Yeah.
It was beautifully like a natural looking skate. Pretty sure you gave it to do with the goldfish in but I might be wrong. I may have heard it wrong. But just so I can put this into context, Nick has done a video last week where he has got a bunch of people to send in a photo of one of their fish tanks. and Nick didn't like mine. He just gave it like 3.5 stars. But I ended up
No, I did like it.
follow up as well, and people have been voting on which fish tank was their favourite, and yours truly took out week 1. And he recently released a new episode of it this morning, and Kaz is one of the contestants. And I love your tank as well, Kaz. How's that going? So I like to do that sort of thing. It's a whole way of, you said this is your first collaboration, but that's collaborating with the community as well.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people, I kind of wanted to diversify my content a little bit more. So a lot of people have found my channel from obviously the guppy videos, like you said, and the videos that I put a lot of effort into, like making to help people. But I kind of wanted to show another side of like who I am. So those other videos, I'm going to be completely honest here. Like I was entirely inspired from Fish for Thought's channel. So his videos, like I absolutely love what he's doing at the moment. Like he's making a bunch of funny aquarium videos, and I thought I would try and add my own little twist to it. So I tried to make it more about your aquariums, like everyone else's aquariums. So I just asked some people to send them in, and then I just reviewed them. And I also found like I've also tried to incorporate stuff that I find on the internet, because like I get recommended heaps of stuff on the internet like related to fish just because of the videos I watch and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's why like that has started, and we'll see how it goes, because like I think people are enjoying it, and I had a lot of people like ask me to make the second one. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not too sure. I enjoy making them because it's like a bit of a like lets me, instead of having a break from making YouTube videos, it kind of lets me refresh by making a different style of video. So yeah, that's just.
I absolutely agree. I do different types of it, and it's probably actually, it's something when I stand back, like, because I enjoy keeping fish. I enjoy the subject that I'm attached to at the time of filming a video. I enjoy editing the video, and I enjoy sharing it with people. But I jump from this to that, to that, to that, to that. Like whatever's, I suppose I kind of look at it as like maybe like a journal. I just say, this is what's happening right now. As for like, being inspired by Fish for Thoughts, there's a guy named Joe Rogan that I think is inspired by the Aqua experience. I didn't steal that at all.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like finding inspiration in some of the people you look up to, and to bring an aspect of that, because I like how Coral Fish 12G adds in like some memes and has a bit of fun, and you go, oh, I know that. And you do the same sort of thing. And I do a little bit of it too, because I find it funny and I enjoy it, and it breaks up and makes, I don't know, it gives your videos a bit of a different character. So yeah. I completely understand what you're saying there. I love, like, a lot of people, some people think that you're stealing ideas, but I wouldn't ever say that at all. Like, it's just how creativity works. So like if you're taking inspiration from lots of little things and then not just directly copying it, but making your own kind of version of it, it's really good for your channel, and it's also really good for you as a person, because it's your own little like thing. So like what you're doing here, the Aqua experience, like you've taken the idea from, say, a more like a huge broad podcast kind of thing, and you've applied it to fish. So that's your own little spin on it. And that's creativity. Like that's not like taking someone's idea. So like, I think it's completely normal. And I think that like a lot of people should be doing that. Like, and yeah. So yeah, I think, and that's it. Like we all learn from it. And it's also, you're inspired by something, so you want to bring a certain flavor to what you're doing, because let's face it, if you're doing, hey, this is my video and this is my stick, and I don't enjoy doing it, but it's original.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it too. You don't want to copy exactly what other people are doing. It's really funny, actually. I know I keep talking about him. He's one of my favorites, George from Coral 12. Yeah. But he was in Melbourne recently, and he was in Melbourne when all the coronavirus stuff started to get pretty serious, and America was starting to lock people out. And I watched a clip of his on Instagram. They were just sitting in a hotel because they couldn't do anything else. And he did a video. It was something called like, look what fish I bought on the black net or something.
Okay.
The dark
Yeah.
net. And he literally put the title of his video in, and like 20 people have just copied the exact same title,
Yeah.
the exact same thumbnail, and you go, all right, so that's just someone trying to get some clickbait going on. But when you go along, I mean, there's chances are when you do a video like to a fish store tour, heaps of people have done those. So it's when you put your own flavor on it. I think it's good.
Yeah. Like that's 100% true. I think the other thing too, like you were talking about before, is if you just directly copy stuff and you don't really like have your own flavor to it, what's going to happen is normally people will be able to tell that you're not that interested in it, and then people also, if they've seen the thing before, they'll just be able to tell straight away, and it takes away your authenticity. Like, so I mean, I don't have a problem with the people who do that. Like, some people find success in doing that, and I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, like a lot of people I think can just subliminally tell when you're not invested.
Oh, I can't remember. When you copy someone, it's the best form of flattery. That's not the right way to say it.
Yeah. No. What's like
form of flattery?
What? There's like one that's like I really like, and it's like what's new today is old. I don't remember it either. They're always tongue twisters, but it's basically saying that like when you find your own kind of style, that style is yours. But if someone repeats it, it's like still cool, but then it's not the same. But then the day after that, it's this like less yours, and I mean like it becomes old. So yeah, it's important to always keep like modifying and trying to make the best stuff possible. So that's what I try and do, like, and try and help as many people. And that's just the goal of the channel, like not here to do anything else except to help people. And that's, I think, where I found like my little like tiny spot on YouTube is just people need something quick and they just come and listen to me talk really, really fast. And that's it.
You're good at doing that. Anthony Fishy Friends is from America, and he's saying that he was able to have a drink with George and Sean.
Okay.
From Fritz, and they are cool dudes. And Dr. Black has a very good question. Did you put them under the table? As in drink them under the table, Anthony, I think he means. Recon338, Kiwi Mamo, Chattanooga Ed have all joined us. How are you guys? While you're here, remember to hit the like button.
Definitely.
What was the next question? The next question I had was, what fish do you keep? I know you keep a lot of guppies and angels and breed successfully, but tell us everything that you've sort of got.
Yeah, okay. So I actually don't keep that many guppies anymore. I started keeping guppies because they're like pretty much like the basic beginner fish. And there was a good period there on YouTube.
Sorry, one thing there, because I am someone that cannot keep guppies.
Yeah,
they don't help me a lot. I know why now. And I keep endlers without a problem. So I breed lots of endlers, but I don't keep guppies. One day I'll do it again, and I know what I'll do differently. But just wanted to stop because I find it's funny. Yeah. People, it's like either you can or you can't, and I don't know if it's what substrate.
I would say I can't keep fancy guppies. I feel like the water in my area, I think a lot of people actually have trouble keeping regular guppies in my area. I don't know if the environment is different or all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things I've noticed though by keeping guppies, and especially like trickier conditions, I'd say those, because I've said it a million times on my YouTube channel. The fancy guppies are just crazy inbred, so they just have such weak immune systems, and like they're pretty much prone to any kind of disease at any kind of moment, and anything can kind of instigate it. So yeah, I keep endlers, and I don't keep fancy guppies anymore. I used to keep a lot of them though. Like now it's like a period on YouTube where just my consumption personally was basically millions and millions of videos of just looking at breeders of fancy guppies, like twin sea guppies and all that kind of stuff. And I got super inspired to get guppies because of that. But like some people, I think if you'll see like maybe in the chat, people will be talking about it, like they always have issues like when they breed again. So what I try and do is if I do keep them, I always try and make the bloodlines kind of mixed a bit. And because like those fish are so crazy. The colors are just like unreal. So you got to wonder what's happened, and like it's pretty obvious the quality goes down, but like the quality of the health goes down, but the quality of the display goes up. But yeah, it can be a total nightmare.
I know what you mean. It's like it's definitely can be part of that. I think that they do. Fancy guppies need a harder water than I know that we normally have. Blake's Aquatics in the chat. He's fantastic. He's bred so many different fish, and he showed, like, I started thinking about it. What I do is I use different substrates to raise the pH. I am a passionate fish keeper, but I'm also busy and sort of lazy. So what I try and do when I set up a tank is I set it up for success. So you put in everything you can to try and keep the levels correct. Your nitrate, all your nitrates and everything. You put in enough plants, try and keep your algae low and keep fish happy, and just do water changes. Yeah. And that one thing is just a standard substrate doesn't seem to work for me, for fancy guppies. And with endless, we try a few different things. I've got a tank over here that not many, like one person or two people know about in the chat here. That is effectively, it's a blackwater tank now. And it's doing different things to the tank right next to it, which is actually the white cloud tank that you saw. And I have endless in with those white clouds with no heater. And then I have endless in the blackwater, and they've grown twice as fast, and they are all of a sudden really colourful, and the other ones still haven't got their colours. It's just really interesting to see how fish sort of thrive and not just survive. Just a quick shout out, Candy Overhauls. How are you? I was talking to Candy the other day, and she said she wouldn't be able to make it, but she's hoping that our accents will put her to sleep because she's over there in America.
Yeah.
What else do you keep? I know you've got a lot of fish at the moment, according to your Instagram.
Yeah, I've got a lot. I'm not going to swear because I'm a family channel. I've got a beep load of fish. So I've got angelfish as well. I've got some Corydoris, Danios, Pistogrammas, Cacatoides double red, and I think that's it. And dwarf neon rainbow fish, so Praecox rainbows. So I've got a lot of fish just because the angelfish started breeding. So I've got a bunch of fish in grow out tanks and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I keep a wide range of fish though, like compared to a lot of other people. I keep fish that I like don't have to put too much effort in, like you said. I don't like to really tweak too much the environment of the water conditions. I don't want to I kind of want my fish to already be comfortable in the conditions that I've got. So I found that the fish that I have right now are perfect for the conditions that I've got, and seem to be doing pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with it all. I've also got bristlenose. I forgot to say that. So yeah, that's what I got.
I'm really similar. I don't have a huge array, and I was just when you said that, I just started thinking, and I'm like, all right, there's lots of channels out there. There's not a lot of channels that diversify in a huge array. Like one of my favorite personal channels is Thirsty Rabbit, thanks to you. I don't know if you know Thirsty Rabbit. He's from New South Wales. He has over 20 fish tanks and basically specializes in American cichlids, which I know American cichlids. But it's funny because I'm the sort of person where I'm like, he inspires me that I want to get an Oscar, or I want to get a flower horn or something like that, or something a bit different. And then I've got guys that I love watching, like Perth cichlids and Rumble. I don't know if you know them. Again, more Aussies than they're to African cichlids, so it's something completely different. Whereas I sort of find myself similar to you in keeping more nano species of tropical fish. Yeah, and it's not a huge array, but it's funny. I find that when you go nano, you don't go back. No, when you go nano, all of a sudden you can set up 10 tanks and I've got pygmy cories in front of me, rasboras, white clouds, endless, got dwarf cichlids, got rummy nose, and it's really cool. It sort of diversifies the channel.
I like the fact, like, I'm not too worried about the side of like when we talk about diversifying, like I don't try and like buy stuff that people want to like specifically see. what I was going to say is the best thing about those nano fish is that you can mostly keep a lot of them together. So
Yeah.
like if I wanted to do like grow out tanks, I don't have to worry. Like to be honest, I'm like completely out of my depth with American fish, but the nano species, a lot of the times I can just house them together when they're growing out or breeding as well. So it's really easy. And like it means that I can keep more fish in less tanks and keep fish simple. Like, yeah. So, yeah.
No, I know it is. What I sort of am attracted to by it is, I don't know, I genuinely like them. If it wasn't on YouTube or whatever, I'd still just be probably doing this. I like the idea of, there's Rumble now. Did you hear me talking? Also, Sand Creek, I'm not sure if I said hello to you earlier, but hello. Rumble breeds flower horns. And
Yeah,
I'm
I've seen
the
that.
idea of like the larger American cichlids, sort of the term water puppy comes to mind. So I wouldn't want a whole bunch, but I would love one as like a pet, a companion that I keep looking at this tank where I really large goldfish
Yes.
in a 4-foot tank, just 2 of them. And I'm sort of toying with the idea of I got them off friends because they couldn't keep them anymore. And I'm now looking at them going, they'd love to be in a pond and I can't give them a pond at the moment. So maybe that's their next step. I've got a giant, he's only really half size probably, but a giant, big sailfin pleco who's sort of this big.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
He was a rescue as well. Someone just shut down the tank and I got him. But I like that idea of that. And then the other thing with is I feel like your channel is a good example. As you said, you're trying to help people that are sort of on the beginner stage of keeping fish and then want to go to the next level. And a lot of people don't necessarily have the room for a lot of those fish. So the smaller fish become pretty relevant.
Yeah, like, and you can also get that too with small fish. Like I've seen on Joey's channel, King of DIY, like that flower horn, Frank. Like the personality that those fish have is like crazy, but you can still get that with some really intelligent little fish. So I've got at the moment my dwarf cichlids, my Epistogramma cacatoides. I've got a pair of them, and the male has surprisingly a lot of personality. I just like they're a lot smarter as a fish, and the same with the angelfish and all that kind of stuff. They're all I feel like you get not the same, like they're obviously not the same, but you get very similar for a lot less, like size wise. So like I feel like I try and mix everything up. I'm not too, I wouldn't say I'm like completely targeted at beginners, but I feel like just the stuff I keep is stuff that beginners keep normally. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that I don't know, forgive me if this comes off wrong, but I think that when you have a video that gets 240,000 views, I don't think it's generally going to be a video for like people already know fish. It's going to be people going, oh, that's what I want to do, and that's like it's a good level. And what I think you do with a lot of the videos is you inspire those people to pick up a fish tank and start something, and then answer the questions of going, I'm worried about this. How do I know this is happening? And you know, if my fish are dying, what do I do? And you answer all those questions perfectly. And I think that's a really good spot. I wish I could do that. I just try and do things that, I suppose, as they come to me, and I notice what I consider success. Just randomly. It's like really random. I've got a couple goldfish videos where I think that people got to realize you can't keep them in the box. You've got to think they've got to have the room that they need. There's some fish that I think get ignored in the hobby, like pygmy cories. We all know about them. Beginners don't realize that if you get a 20 or 40 litre tank and you go, oh, what should I get? People go, oh, I'll just get a pleco. Oh, you shouldn't really get a pleco because it's a bit small because they'll grow too big. Oh, well, I'll just do it anyway because what other option is there? You get like 6 little pygmy cories in there. You have what I consider to be the cutest fish in the hobby. And you've got that cleanup crew already. And then you can still have like your shrimp. They're not going to bother each other. Yeah. Me and Blake at the moment we had a battle trying to breed them. But
I saw that. Yeah.
So
good stuff.
Sir Prawn a lot. I didn't say hello to you before, and Max S. Blake. The epistogramma cockatoides. Yes, you did give me some. You made me pay heaps of money, but why are you saying that you gave him free? No, he gave me some free fish. I've had a lot of success breeding crevensis, which is very simple, very
Yeah.
add male, add female, add water. You have babies.
Yeah, they're convicts.
Yeah, and I love them, and so I went up and visited Blake, gave him some of the cribs, and he gave me some pistos. So it's the first time I've had a pisto.
You won then. You won that deal.
Yeah, my crevensis are very nice.
Yeah, I'm not dissing the crevensis, but the cacatoides are bloody hard to find here. Just in my area.
I've heard that too, and that's where I know that Blake he's got a fair few of them, and they look really great. So I've probably got 6 of them, and I trying to build a pair for myself that I can put into another tank and hopefully replicate, and I'll probably finish Blake's ear off. But I think that they're a really cool fish to keep as well, and again lie within all that sort of stuff. What about planted tanks? Like, you do a lot of planted tanks. You got a lot of advice. You know a lot about plants.
Yeah. I know a little bit about plants. I keep very, very simple plants on my channel. I've got I think 2 main planted tanks. Yeah, and the rest are 3. So I try and keep some very, very small plants. Like I don't keep very hard things to keep. Like I keep valsenarias and swords and crypts and all that kind of stuff that takes really, really low light and doesn't require a lot of effort on my part. So I don't need any CO2 injections and I don't need any other special lighting or that kind of stuff. So it just makes it a lot easier for me. And like we were talking about before, I think a lot of people resonate with the fact that you can have a very cool looking display that's not obviously going to have HC carpets and all that kind of stuff, but you can have a really, really cool display for the same kind of for way less effort put in, not effort, but it's just easier to keep. So that's what I try and go for. I don't have that many plant videos on my channel. I probably should make a few more, and I've got a bunch planned now that we're all stuck at home. So yeah.
Do you use CO2 in a lot of tanks at all, or because I've never do it, and I want to add it to a couple of tanks. So advice or I've kept CO2, not like other people have. So when I was interested in all those tanks, I was thankfully, because I was watching a lot of YouTube videos, I'd go from thing to thing to thing, and that was when I was a lot younger and I didn't have any money, or I had to wait till the weekend for a parent to drive me to the fish store. And those $200 CO2 kits I couldn't purchase. So that's why I keep all the easy to keep plants right now. But I used to have this, I've still got it somewhere, a fluval. I don't even know if they make them. I've been trying to find them so I can sell them, because not for the fact of making money, I actually just want people to have them. Is these little injection kits where it's a container. And what you do is you fill it up at the morning with CO2 and you can control the amount you want to put in. And by the end of the night, the bubble that it's contained in, it's an upside down cup, that all the water fills up because of the surface transaction between the air and the water has exchanged, and the water fills up and CO2 goes into the water. So that's how I was doing the CO2. I don't do it now. But I got heaps of success doing that. I used that, and I got big dwarf hairgrass carpets in small tanks, and you couldn't do it with a big tank, but I did it with a lot of nano tanks with shrimp and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool. But I have a Mac and it's just being a bit weird at the moment. I'm trying to click on the thing and it keeps moving the screen. Cooper's Aquatics, how are you? And Sheep, how are you? Good to see you, Sheep Birkinshaw. Tell me about this. So you've got a cup that you sort of injected in, put it down at the bottom of the tank. So slowly the air releases out of the cup. Is that right?
No. So the air actually diffuses into the water, which is the thing. So it was not a cup. it's just like a cup kind of mechanism that was stuck to the side. It was like, those, the best way I can describe it is, those pots that stick on the side of the aquariums.
Yeah.
It was like that, but upside down with a tube that leads into it, and you fill it up and the air stays underneath it. And then throughout the day, that kind of empties as the CO2 diffuses into the water. So you had full control of the amount you had, and it was perfect. And I was just doing it once a day.
So what's the process of doing that once a day, like in the morning? Because I almost bought one there like not long ago, and because I've got some nano tanks here, I wanted to put a small setup only on a 20-litre tank or 5 gallons for the Americans that are still awake. Thank you. Awesome to see.
Tiny,
and the only issue I had was there was no timer. And I'm like, I am not doing that because I will forget one day and then I'll go, where's all my fish? And then I've recently learned that you can get like an electronic timer that will sit on, and so buy 2 different devices. Doesn't matter, even a small one. But that's what I was worried about, and I thought if there was something like you're describing right now, I probably would have tried that.
Yeah, I don't know if I remember it was made by Fluval.
Okay.
I'd really love to find it again. Like, obviously, I threw out the packaging as a kid and all that kind of stuff. It cost me like $20.
Does anyone in the chat know what Nick's talking about that can give us some help?
I don't think I actually still, like, it's going to be in like a box somewhere else, but it was one of the best things ever. I didn't need a time or anything. And the results, like, there was obviously different results. Like, the plants I was growing wouldn't have grown the same way if I didn't have that. So, yeah, it was really good. But I'd love to find it again.
No, they sound good. I've got a few tanks here that try different things, like some pretty basic plants, obviously like Anubias. I'm loving the usage of pothos that a lot of Dr. Black streams. He's got tanks behind him and he has the pothos growing out. I was like, Doc, what are those? And he's like, just there's lots of different types of pothos you can use. And my wife's a bit of a indoor plant nut. So we just cut some of her pothos off, put it in, and it just went nuts. It outgrew the plant in the pot that she was keeping. And so now I have like 3 of them going on in different tanks. And I highly recommend it, especially when you've got multiple tanks. Like your background, you have the large tanks and stuff. I reckon that would work really well in your tanks as well.
That's completely true. I'll be honest, like I've definitely thought about it. I've just never like been bothered to go, like, I've looked at plants at Bunnings and all that, but I don't want to buy the wrong one. I didn't look at it like properly. So if I find some, like, I'll have a look for it. But if it's growing really quick and it's growing like the way you're saying it is, that's like so beneficial for your tank. That's so good. So yeah, you've seen that tank that I've been struggling with, the algae-ridden bad boy, the Midori tank. It's looking a little bit better, but that could definitely use with some more plants. I've just filled it up with a bunch of water sprite today and all that kind of stuff to try and do what you're doing.
That the green water tank?
Yeah, it's accidental.
I had that. Well, what I did was I had the my Crebensis fry, so my pair of cribs bred, and I pulled the fry out, did a bit of an experiment to see how good of parents they were. Pulled like 20 out, or maybe 30.
Okay.
10 with the parents. And the growth rate of pulling them out. So not just, hey, let's just let nature be, the fact that they thrived by taking them out. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I just had this massive algae bloom and I was like, I kind of like it. Like, I know that it's still good for the fish and everything, but I did a 50% water change and killed off the algae straight away. So don't know what happened there.
I'm actually at the moment doing, because I'm stuck at home, just like I don't have like anything to do with the virus or that kind of stuff. But like, I probably should make a video on this, but I've just been keeping myself occupied by keeping the fish. And I've actually been doing like 50% water changes like every day in all of my aquariums. So did one today, and I've been using the hose and all that kind of stuff, which is way easier than using buckets. And I've been doing that. I drained it once 50% and it didn't work. And then, so now I've been doing it and it's looking a lot clearer, but it's like still kind of that, it's like a cloudy green instead of being like a fluorescent, like Midori colored green, which is not what I want. So, but yeah, like I think as well, those green water tanks, I had some angelfish fry in there and they grew really quick. Like normally they grow quick, but they grew super quick in there. And I took them out, obviously, when I was doing all the water changes and that stuff because like I didn't want to stress them out or have anything happen to them. But it was like pretty weird how quick they grew. It was like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, but just a little observation.
Recon, good night. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Black is saying, Nick, I will take you plant shopping. He's very good with plants. He said he'll point and you pay.
Yeah, I probably need something that's gonna suck up the nitrates in the aquarium. So if you send me a photo or something like that, yeah. But
I'm going to put myself on the line here, and I would, because I can be wrong. I am sort of.
Me too.
I feel like I'm sort of a novice to average on everything, so I can sort of help some people, and then I can also look like an idiot in front of some people. But don't we all? I've always just looked at any plants that are a pothos species since Dr. Black said that. So like devil's ivy, and I could act really smart now if I didn't throw out the little card on this one. But devil's ivy or the pothos, I just grabbed it because I went and bought some more myself because my wife wouldn't let me take any more of hers. I did ask like the question and said, does it matter what pothos it is? It's like they're all part of the same family. They all do the same thing. So if you go and you have a look and you say, that looks like pothos, generally you might have another name on the ticket. So if you go to but it will say pothos.
And are you, when you cut it, I've never looked into it, so you can teach me something here. When you cut it, are you cutting at the rhizome of it, or are you cutting at like a leaf, or what are you doing? Because it comes in a little pot, I know, what I've seen. So how are you growing it from the aquarium? Like just starting it?
Where is it? I'm trying to see where I've cut this one. Dr. Black will be answering you while I'm doing.
Yeah. He'll probably get to it before you. Yeah. Because
this is the one from the white cloud tank. I'm presented so you can't see me. Basically, so the plant was growing off, so we had a couple more shoots out here, but effectively where I could separate the roots like that, and there were more roots still coming off there. So because it's like I suppose a creeper or whatnot.
Okay.
I feel like there's people in here that know more than me, but
same.
Basically separating the plant and seeing a clear cut connection. So obviously you take it out, take the roots out, and then go through. So that's where I've done that one. This one's really interesting because I didn't have any issues with any of them before getting too much water. You can see that's pretty healthy, but I did just remove 2 yellow leaves off it.
Okay. Yeah, because that looks real good. Is everything still live and all that? Yeah, no, it's still live. I'm just
noticing Dr. Black said Maduri. That takes me back to being 17. Andy said the node.
No, I was just wondering because it kind of looks a bit like Anubias, if I'm being honest. So it's probably going to work the same way, except Anubias doesn't float the same. But
you might be right. Like as I said, I'm not a huge expert.
No, neither.
He's also. I agree. It does look really, really similar. And so with that white cloud tank that I sent to you, it was kind of cool. I was learning a few little things from what I've been recently doing. And as I said to you, I wanted to recreate a white cloud tank because that was the first fish that I ever had. I picked up that background and it inspired me to do something with it. And what I want the pothos to eventually do is grow all the way along the back of the rock.
Yeah.
Can't tell that it's a fake thing. It'll just look like a rock with plants growing away.
Yeah. That's a mint idea.
Yeah, it'll take to get there.
Yeah, they always just take a bit of time, but that's what it's all about too, like patience as well. Just the hobby is a very long process, and I've learned a lot of stuff just in my own life and things that I can apply to. It sounds really cliche, but things that I can just apply to small things like in my own life from keeping fish. It's a very Zen kind of thing. It's like a lot of what people get the same thing from keeping bonsais and all that kind of stuff. It's just everything just takes a lot of time, and some stuff's quicker than others. Like keeping guppies is quicker than taking a year to get a pair of angelfish and all that kind of stuff. But Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
absolutely.
sick.
You're completely right. We have Mr. Kaplan in the house. How are you, Mr. Kaplan? Mr.
I've seen
Kaplan
videos.
is brand new to fish keeping. Basically, I'm just going to go out there and say it. I inspired you, didn't I, Mr. Kaplan? And she has been. It's funny because she's like, "Oh, Josh, I got a fish tank," and I'm like, "That's fantastic. This is awesome." And then she's got another fish tank and another fish tank. So she's caught the MTS, and she said, "Oh my god, I watch KFS."
That's a problem with my name. Hey, yeah,
Lace Aquatics. Can you see the chat?
I can see the chat. Yeah, I'm reading it
Lace
now.
Aquatics has just put a link, which he's done a video on exactly what you and I are talking about. So maybe check it out after the chat.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, I'll have a look.
S is going to be my new fish tuber friend.
Yeah.
So this sort of hour is sort of racing by at the moment. So can you tell me?
I can hang around a little bit. Yeah, but yeah.
Anything that what I was going to say is what's coming up. Tell us what you want to talk about. What videos are you working on, and what's happening on your channel?
Yeah. To be honest, I kind of wing it. I don't plan videos crazy far in advance. I know a lot of stuff is going to happen just because, like last week, for instance, I made like a bunch of videos. I pretty much posted every day. So I'm stuck at home. I'm a really like I just when I'm like I can't sit there and do nothing. So just a bunch of different kinds of videos. Obviously, the review videos I'm working on right now. A lot of top 7 kinds of videos, and I don't know why I choose number 7. I think it's because it's like the lucky number, and what's meant to be. So top 7 videos, and
I always think most people go top 5, but you're always top 7 and 4 reasons why guppies die. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's always just random numbers that just come to me. 7's like a classic though. I feel like it's just pretty easy just to. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of keeping like instead of just being like top 10. I don't know. I feel like it's quicker. 7. I can pretty much get it done in under 10 minutes. I don't have a lot of videos over 10 minutes. And I don't know. I don't think like, yeah, I think one of those videos did really well when I was in grade 12 was like a plant video. And that was the first top 7 that I can remember. So I think it just kept going from that. Like a bit of good luck.
I've got an idea of something that I want to do, which is a top number of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I have a feeling that if everything goes as I think it might with some sort of lockdown at some stage, then that'll happen. GRB Aquatics, welcome. Sorry if I missed you when you came in. So now that we're doing a collaboration, is that something that you would like to add to the channel in the future?
I think, yeah, like for sure. I love talking to people in the community. I'm not trying to like segregate myself. I feel like in the hobby, I'm very like I'm not involved in any fish clubs in Brisbane or any of that kind of stuff. And I feel like I'm not part of the hobby the way other people are. So I definitely love to get into that kind of stuff. And collaborating's like, yeah, like a weird thing. I think like I'm not opposed to collaborating. I just felt like for a long time I tried to like get myself to a point where I couldn't I don't know, couldn't attribute anything that I'd made to like someone giving me a shout out or something. But I don't think that stuff kind of happens in the fish hobby anyways. But like yeah, like I tried to I don't know. I don't have any problems with collaborating. I absolutely love like I've loved this chat that we've had. And yeah, no, it's been good fun.
No, yeah, I find it fun every now and then. Like, what's really amazing is being. This probably goes back to like the very first minute or two we were chatting. Being, I'll tell you a little about what happened with me. I started a channel a while ago. I was a massive fan of King of DIY,
Yes.
Solid Gold Aquatics. Some people are sitting there going, "Oh, Josh is telling this story again," but and Rachel O'Leary and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I can do that. I can have a bit of fun with this, and I created maybe 10 videos without really worrying about what was going on. Getting a kick out of seeing the views go up every time I watch them myself.
Yeah.
And then, And then I just stumbled across what is now, I suppose, it's referred to as the Fish Fam. And it was a lot of Americans, but there's Jamaicans from Europe, New Zealand, all just having a bit of a chat, like in a stream like this, where everyone got to talk and everyone got acknowledged when they came into a stream. So all of a sudden, that all built and created a whole bunch of ideas and a bunch of opportunities. So every now and then to have a chat with yourself, to have a chat with other people that I've done with Aqua Experience, which you're the third Aussie, and then there's been 3 overseas. But when I started doing this, there's only 2 or 3 other Aussies that I could talk to. So for you to be the third on one series is awesome, and to see Aussies.
That's cool. Yeah, I think. Are you talking about? I'm not too involved with the Fish Fam side of things. Like I remember when I started, when I was like very small, and I'm still like like when I was very very small, there was like a guy called Jadwin Aquatics who commented on like one of my videos when I was like when it was like the guppy video, I think, or one of the videos from ages ago. And then I found it all, and like they were doing stickers and all that kind of stuff. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so that was before me in a way. Like he's around when I came back in. It's funny because like every social thing, it's never going to be smooth 100% of the time, and now it's a little bit different. And I haven't seen him around for ages, so yeah, I do stickers and stuff. By all means, like send me your address and I'll send some stuff up that I've created.
Yeah.
So some other Aussies, but it was crazy because I have just stand over here for a second.
Yeah.
I see like Dallas, California, Scotland, Wyoming, Dallas, Perth, Melbourne, like Canada, Sydney. Like I've got stickers from everyone that I just put on this fridge over here, and it blows me away. Even like you're not doing a video necessarily for the week, but you get something in the mail from the other side of the world saying, "Hey, thank you for supporting my channel. I love your channel." It's pretty.
Yeah, it's a weird little niche too, because it's like in ways it's very big, but it's also very small. And I just like I love the idea of having like these really tightly knit communities. Like I don't even know how I found out about this. I think maybe I got a comment on a video and I was like, oh, that channel, like I just looked at the logo and I was like, oh, it looks like something to watch. So I think it was your channel, and then I came through and I saw all the other stuff, and then that's how like I found out about this. But yeah, like it's like crazy that we can have such a small like niche but so big at the same time, with like people having over 1 million subscribers like Joey. So yeah,
I know, and that's what it's sort of like. Joey is like a bit of a flagship aquarium co-op. Some
aquarium
big
co-op.
channels out there that are a flagship. They're doing well, and it sort of shows like that people are interested. So when you put your stuff out there, you get surprised, because what I used to have was early days was channels would subscribe and follow, and now what I'm noticing a lot more recently, if my subscribers go up, they're just people's names. So all of a sudden now it's getting out there enough that someone is actually going to search for that thing that I did a video on and like it, and then continue to follow, which is really, it's good. Like it's reaching that whole other audience. Just quickly need to acknowledge this. I did a contest, which I think you know about, to win an Aqua t-shirt from the Underwater and Scuffed Fish Tank was the winner. And I went there today and I delivered his t-shirt, and he's just saying, "Lol, I touched Aquamate's elbow today. Coronavirus, no shaking hands."
Yeah, that
I wish that it wasn't that sort of environment at the moment, Scuffed Fish or Lorenzo, because I would have loved to have had it stayed and had a chat. But yeah, it's pretty crappy times at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm very lucky that like as a 19-year-old, obviously a lot of my friends are all like they work at like cafes and Big W and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very lucky that my role, like just to earn my like little bit of money, is to make little fish videos. And so I'm very happy that I can do that. And that's probably not going to get affected too much when we talk about the economy. But my heart goes out to all those people who are like getting less work and all that kind of stuff. Cause that's like, I feel really bad. And like, I hope that some stuff happens because it's like absolutely crazy how bad this stuff's affected, all that kind of stuff, all the economy and all that. So
You're right. It is crazy. And like we're all going through different things. Majestics, Paul,
Yes.
how are you? Again, still blown away that I got to meet you at the Underwater Pet Expo. So thanks for joining us tonight. It's funny actually because we were thinking about. Sorry, I was talking to Blake a bit earlier because unfortunately my local fish store has announced that they're closing their doors, and it just made us think
Permanently?
how many fish stores are going to struggle through this.
Permanently closing it.
Yeah, permanently gone. 50% off fish and dry goods. So anyone that's in Victoria, and down to Lilydale and help support the guys to try and get rid of this stock at a ridiculously good price for you, but just keep things moving for them as long as they possibly can. I personally said I went down there and bought. I'm going to ruin an idea here, but I'm going to do a video on setting up your kid's first fish tank very, very shortly. I'm going to do it with the help of.
Oh, sick. That's a great video idea.
Yeah, I'm going to do it with Harry. I've got everything ready. We just we're sort of putting it off until we had a bit of.
I would have done that if I had kids, but I'm not doing so. Yeah.
Well, we ended up going down and buying him his fish already. So they are now living in my community tank, and we'll do that video probably in the next week.
Have you medicated?
We can set his tank up in his bedroom, so it'll be his first tank, which I'm super excited. He's now he was cuddling the fish bag on the way home. So like to see people get excited about fish and then see a kid cuddle a bag of fish.
Medicate them.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my biggest tip for you. Yeah.
Because I'm a bit worried about one. And then it's funny, I've never kept mollies. And he's like,
okay.
Oh, mollies. And there you go, I just blew another secret as well.
Yeah. Well, he'll probably, if he ever gets into this stuff, that'll be his fish. My fish, I feel like, is guppies, just because it's the first thing. But his fish will be that, like mollies. So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that was exactly the same with me. Like the white clouds, I have not had. So I started keeping fish when I was 8. And I am 35 this year, so 27 years, but on and off. So I've kept lots of different fish. I've had different size tanks and different things, but there's something about white clouds that, I mean, I love all these tanks, but still, it's really bizarre. When you're little.
No, it's not bizarre at all. I understand it, yeah.
Well, when you're little, you think not just about fish. You think Spice Girls are good. And then you go, what? They don't seem that cool anymore.
Yeah.
You get white clouds and you go, oh, it doesn't feel the same, but it just does bring back a memory.
Yeah. No, I like a guilty pleasure here is Nickelback, and I feel like they don't exist anymore either. So, and it's the same feeling, like what you said, like just it's like that reminiscing of. Did you say Nickelback? I said Nickelback, yeah.
Oh, that's all we have time for tonight.
Yeah. So, yeah, don't unsubscribe because of that. But yeah, Nickelback is definitely one of the bad things. No, but that takes me back to like when I was like 8, and like so. But
just on the I wanted to say something before. I did a series called Fish Tubers Down Under, and it was a really good way to connect with some people. So what I did, I basically just sent an email out to 6 or 7 Australians and said, here, I want you to film you answering these 10 questions.
Yes.
And then I want you to give me some B-roll for 10 minutes or something like that. Do it, send it all to me via WeTransfer, and then I created this series where I paid for some graphics and stuff and put up the questions and then just filtered through. And it's funny, like none of the videos have had under a few hundred views, which is awesome. It's taken a while to get there. But a few people have asked whether I'd do it again. And I think I would do it again if people wanted it. And it's a sort of thing where I think someone like yourself, if you'd be interested in doing that, and there's definitely 3 or 4 others, I don't know.
I'll give you some B-roll and I'll answer the questions if you want. Yeah, not a problem. Like, always happy to help out people. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, I'd definitely be happy to jump on board that and send you some B-roll and answer some questions. Yeah.
Everyone would send me their stuff and they would spend the time and effort filming and answering, and then I would spend a long time trying to edit it.
I'd edit it. I'd send it to you. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like,
that's the thing. Like, I reckon it's a lot of fun. Thought about doing it again, and I suppose just putting the feelers out, because I'm not necessarily going to do it, but I'm just looking through the chat right now, and I've just realised we probably have another 7 people that we could do it. And the idea behind it is to grow the hobby in Australia and get more awareness of the Aussie fish tubers.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely be able to help you out. Yeah, I'd love that. And like that goes back to the whole like collab thing. I feel like I definitely have to edit it. I feel like when I'm collabing, just like even in uni groups and all that kind of stuff, when I'm doing assignments, I have like some weird kind of thing where, and it's like I've got to kind of like get out of it where I want to like control every single aspect of it. So that's why letting someone else drive the ship instead of just like, and then like having faith in it. So yeah, I definitely like would be happy to help out and like see what happens. And I love the idea. Like, I think it's a really good idea. I saw this series, but I never got the chance to, I don't think I watched any of it, but I remember the fish tube down under thing. And like, yeah, it just rings a bell. I don't remember watching anything though.
No, it's fine. I understand. Like, it's not everyone's going to watch it, but it was just good fun. And what's probably more important than most people will know in the chat or that are watching this video on the replay, if you are still this far into the replay, thank you very much. But
you're probably listening to it while you're cleaning your fish tanks, like passively.
But what's amazing about it is we've sort of built a friendship, and all of a sudden it's like 6, 7, 8 months on, and we can all still have a chat on Hangouts, and
yeah, that's it.
And like help each other. We go, if you need advice or you want to try something, or you think a video idea, and
yeah,
we can bounce off each other. It's been pretty good that way too.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, no, I love that. Like, and I saw the whole like the underwater expo. That looked sick, and like hopefully, given like we don't know what's going to happen in the world right now, but hopefully everything works out and everything like with this stupid virus goes away and there's another one, and I'd love to go down and see like all the fish and all that kind of stuff and get around it, because like there's not that much stuff available for especially aquarium hobbyists in like Australia, like those big events. So yeah.
No, you are absolutely spot on. I don't know if you got the chance to watch the stream that we did last Sunday. We actually got to interview Sam Parker, and we spoke about the successes of the Underwater Pet Expo, what he would like to change.
I saw your summary video. Was it with him? Was it
I did. I interviewed him in the middle of it, yes.
Yeah.
About 6 minutes. It was a pretty lengthy one, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video with, maybe was it the person at the actual expo?
Yeah,
was that the guy?
That was that's not the video.
Okay.
Like, that was my sort of take on the whole thing, and it was fantastic. But what was really good was last week we got to sit down. Dr. Black and Blake and myself had Sam Parker on live. Okay. We asked him questions. Basically, we went through everything and said, how did it go? Like, tell us what were you happy with, what weren't you happy with? Is it going to happen next year? And obviously, let's just put coronavirus to the side. And also, I think, I'm not being funny, but I think we should give ourselves a pat on the back, because we haven't really gone there, which is great. We just got away from it. But put it all aside, that's not happening. Next year, it would go ahead. And it was a success. And what's really cool for yourself and me and the guys that were involved and did a lot of work on it is they definitely would like to repeat the YouTube stage
Yes.
or booth, but turn it into a stage and make more of it. And I would like to, I'll be heavily involved in that. I'd like to collaborate with a few different channels to sort of maybe just scale out our own schedule of YouTube live streams and YouTube interviews for the companies, for other YouTubers, not necessarily for the attendees because that would be a bit weird and awkward. But I think it's going to grow. It's going to get bigger and better. And again, as we said earlier in the stream, how yes, we look at ideas and we may sort of emulate them and put our own spin on it. Sam said exactly that. He said, I am looking at Aqua and I'm trying to do something like that.
Yeah, I love that. Like, it's obviously a really hard operation. It's really like gutsy to go and do something like that, especially because like people have jobs and people have other lives outside of fish. And it takes someone with a lot of balls really to do something like that. It's a big commitment. People have to, I don't know what the, how the whole thing worked behind the scenes, but it's like, I'm pretty happy someone's trying to do it and taking one for the team. Like, it sounds great. So, yeah.
It is. He's an entrepreneur and there's a couple of people behind it as well with him, which is really great. I'd never heard of them or met them, and I've spoken to them since. There is opportunities for them now that are going to present themselves because it was a success. All of a sudden, some of the companies that said, no, we're going to sit back and just watch.
Yeah, they're going to go at it now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're involved. And then for YouTubers as well, there's that opportunity of going, hey, these guys are talking, they're going to have an audience we can get out to. Like, I'm not a large channel, like trying to grow. You're one of the largest Australian channels that I know of, so don't be afraid to share out anything that I do.
Yeah.
But to have that sort of that influence, that all of a sudden, if we work together and we do, share that out or we collaborate with each other, that the industry can build, and especially, I am saying it, over the next maybe couple of months with the virus and being locked up, all of a sudden we might have a bit more exposure because you can still look after your fish, you can still do water changes, you can still learn about fluorine, like Guppies die, or who Nick's favourite fish tank is. Last week it wasn't mine, but I still won anyway. But
yeah, no, I like that. It's like, I don't know what to say about it because I would have loved to have been involved. But yeah, like what you said, a lot of companies now that they've figured out that it's not like a complete waste of time are just going to be happy to go, yep, we're going to be there, and they'll make a little bit of money. That's good for the hobby. And other people also get to see other people. Yeah. And it'd be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things I like. It's been awesome chatting with you, and it's been cool to.
Thank you. Yeah, you too.
And I love everything you do. Dr. Black saying, I thought you would. Are you talking to Nick? I thought you were down in Booker. Is that right?
No, I'm in Brisbane. Yeah.
And in Brisbane. Zen Ginger, welcome. But we are going to cut it off. I'll pop both of us on the screen for a second. Yep. Trying a new thing with our streams. A lot of people just have a panel up. I'd like to try and give you the floor talking and take the floor off you when I'm talking.
Okay.
I appreciate you. Anything you wanted to say to anyone before we sort of wrap it up?
No, subscribe to Aqua, mate. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And
tell your people.
like the video. What else can I say? Make it easy on yourself.
Good. I really enjoy this platform, I suppose, of having interviews and just having that one-on-one with people. Yourself, when I first asked you, you're like, so what are we doing? And I know it's sort of someone goes, hey, I want to talk to you for an hour, and you go, oh, geez, hang on. Because a few people have said the same thing. But yeah, it's just a good way to sort of build a rapport with each other. And next 2 weeks away, we're going to have Rack from River Life, who's a pretty successful channel over in the States. there is talk of someone else.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who it is yet because last time I told you guys that someone pretty big was coming on. I think they're still coming on, but it's just been delayed so long that I don't want to put you guys under that pressure again.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing that.
Well, I hope that because of this, like, I wouldn't consider myself to be like anything special. I'm just very happy that people like listen to like watching the videos and all that kind of stuff.
No.
But I hope that some other people like come and like don't say what I said and say get all like like an hour. They see that it's not hard, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for having me on it.
And I think I appreciate you being on it, and I'm glad. I wanted to use this to be completely honest with you as a bit of an olive branch to say there's a community here that's doing what you're doing, and we support you. And if you ever need anything from us, or you just want to just chat, or you want to throw an idea over, and no one's going at each other. It's really good that we can be a part of the same group.
Sweet, easy, love it. Yeah, good. I love it.
Thank you, everyone. If you haven't hit the like button, I'd appreciate it if you have.
Destroy it. Destroy it.
Destroy it somehow.
It'll get this in the algorithm.
If you didn't like the video, then be sure to hit the thumbs down twice. And we'll see you guys on Sunday, Dr. Black. We're going to be doing another, I forget what we call it now, but we're all going to catch up with you anyway. So Saturday night for the Americans, Sunday morning for us Aussies. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much, Nick. I'll speak to you all soon.
See ya.